Coming into BW, I knew that we had a really exemplary and amazing study abroad program. I knew that a lot of people did it and that it was really accessible to students. And so I knew that it was something that was on my radar.
So when I came to BW, I knew that I always wanted to study abroad.
Took a lot of trips to the study abroad office and meeting with the staff there, but they were always super helpful and just like guided me along in every step of it.
I met with my advisor and I said, I would like to study abroad. Let's figure out what semester would be best. So we sat down and we planned out roughly all the classes I was going to be taking over my 4 years. So I kind of had a general idea of when I should go.
There was some soul searching involved and some thinking and some talking and some advising that I needed. And then York was the right option for me.
My advisor told me, well, why don't you check out faculty-led programs? Because you get to have a whole semester experience, but it's just those few weeks that you're actually traveling, but the rest is the academic preparation for it. Being that it was only going to be a 2-week experience, having the academic portion was really beneficial because you got to get more of a prepared perspective. So you got to study the history, the culture. As soon as we got to the country, though we were there for 2 weeks, we were able to get such a depth of an experience and really be immersed in the culture. It's just something that's so special to me that I only shared with only 20 other people and our 2 faculty members, that will always be so near and dear to my heart.
Just the idea of going to Ghana and being in a country that I've never been without my family was probably the scariest thought I ever had. But it turned out to be one of the best things I did in college.
I knew that I would really have to step out of my comfort zone.
Oh my gosh, I'm really doing this. Like I'm just alone on this plane going across the world, and I have to make something of this. And that's when it felt real.
I flew to New York, then I flew to London. I was greeted at the gate when I landed at 7 o'clock in the morning with these people in yellow, bright yellow shirts that were from Kingston, and I was fine after that.
I really learned so much from the culture that they have and how welcoming they are and how friendly they are. And being able to see that firsthand made everything so much less scary. And for that, I could be nothing but grateful.
I always think, when I think of my time abroad, I think of the people and the conversations and the laughter and the memories.
The best times definitely happen unexpectedly. A group of us were planning on hiking this really beautiful trail in Italy, and it was going amazingly until it started just pouring rain, and we had to run basically down this mountain, just slipping and laughing the entire time. And I think studying abroad really lets you see the beauty in all these unexpected moments.
I had the awesome opportunity of spending an evening in the desert, in the Sahara Desert. So I got to ride a camel across the sand dunes, and I watched the sunset, and I slept underneath the stars and the moon in the middle of the desert, and it was a very humbling experience because you realize in the end how small you are in this like massive world, but it was really cool because it was just so breathtaking. You read articles and textbooks and you have lectures and your professor can speak really highly about a location, but until you go there yourself, you don't really understand the impact or the value that it has.
It's financially doable, it's academically doable, professionally doable, and you have all this support. Go.
Being abroad kind of shatters all those expectations that the world is in this one little nice bubble. And so you come back and you realize all of the diversity that was in the classroom all along, and study abroad really gives you those lenses.
I'm much more confident in myself, and I'm confident in the career choice that I've made, and and I know that this is absolutely 100% what I meant to do.
I have more perspective. I can see my place in the world differently, and I see the world not as something that limits me, but as something that energizes me.
This is a pinnacle point in our life where we are trying to make connections and we are trying to figure out what we want to do. And I don't think any experience is better at helping us form those really interesting, weird connections of life than study abroad.
To this day, I can look at my experience abroad and I can say, if I can do that, if I can go across the ocean and live alone in a new country and study in a new country, if I can do that, what else can I do? I can do anything.